Peace be with you. So I'm here tonight at work, and thank God it's a slow night, so I have enough time to try to make another video about the Quran. So I wanted to share some verses from chapter 11, verses 9 through 11, that talk about human nature, and I wanted to do this because I find this in personal experience that this is universal to all of us. The propensity to make these errors is universal to all of us. So I wanted to share this as a warning from God, which is from the Quran, so we can all be aware of it. In chapter 11, verses 9 through 11, God says, "And when we make man, or human being, insan in Arabic, taste mercy from us, and take it away from him, most surely he is despairing and ungrateful. And when we make him taste a favor from us, after hardship has afflicted him, he will certainly say, the evils are gone away from me, and he is exulting and boastful." And then God says, "Except those who are patient and do good, these will have forgiveness and a great reward." So if we go back through these verses, God says, "And when we make human being, insan, taste mercy from us, then take it away from him, most surely he is despairing and ungrateful." So think about it. If God gives us blessings, right now we have a nice house, we have a well-paid job, we have healthy children, and we have that for decades, and then we lose it, what's going to happen to all of us? The despair will inevitably set in, and we may even say something bad about God. Hopefully we won't, but that is a possibility, because I have seen it happen many times. People saying, "Why is God doing this to me?" As if God is the villain in their life story, even though God let them live most of their life. And I'm, of course, not everybody experiences ease in life, but I'm talking about people who do experience ease and then they lose it. We are all predisposed to despair. So what does God say about us in that situation? God, in the last verse of this blog, God says, "Accept those who are patient." You don't need to be patient when things are going good. You need to be patient when things are going bad. So God says, all right, look, don't be ungrateful if you lost all the prosperity that I gave you. Just be patient, and you got to have faith in God. Having faith in God doesn't mean that you believe that God exists, but you believe in God's words. That's what having faith means. So when God says be patient, you should just try to be patient. And that's one of the hardest parts of life. And you never know if you're going to be successful in being patient, but that is something that you need to practice from a young age in order to be ready for it when it does come. And then the other verses in this block, God says, "And when we make man taste mercy from us after hardship has afflicted him, he will certainly say, the evils are gone away from me, and he is exulting and boastful." Again, that is something we are prone to do. Whenever we succeed, we are, that self-love kicks in, that desire to be great kicks in, and that's manifested now. You can see it through social media. When people are successful, they'll post their house, their fancy cars, their bling or whatever, and they'll post it on social media. And the despair that people have when they pray to God, when they're in rough times, that type of prayer, that type of sincere prayer, is not present in that situation when everything went well and now you're successful and now you have all of this, right? And a lot of times we're predisposed to turn selfish in such situations, and especially, like, let's say you make $1 million, and now you got to give honest charity, not just like, you give $1,000 and you have $1 million, but honest charity, and that's hard to do. So for these people, so God tells us, when the situation is good, don't be proud and boastful. Don't be like, I did this, look what I got, but do good. That's why the last verses says, "Accept those who are patient and do good." So the patient is when you had stuff and hard times have come. God says be patient. But after you've been patient and you get easy times again, don't become boastful and don't become exulting. Don't be exulting. Don't be proud. Like, look at me. I made it back. I made it again. I did all of this. I have. So don't be like that. So that is the lesson of these verses. When God gives you ease, be grateful. Do not be boastful, and do not be exulting, but be grateful. Be humble and grateful. And if God takes it away from you to test you a different way, then be patient, right? Don't despair, and don't be ungrateful. Because if you had it before, you know, you had something that you never deserved anyways. So be grateful for what God gave you. So that's it. These are very important lessons because these are two very simple concepts, but they apply to every day of our lives. And so that's what God is trying to teach us. Very, very important verses here. So that's what I wanted to share.